Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Attorney, and I'm your host, Alex Alexander with Client Focus Media. Today, I'm really excited to bring Tara Frame from Frame Attorneys at Law, Maryland estate planning and probate attorney. You can find them online at frameandframe.com. Welcome, Tara. How are you today?
Great. How are you today?
I'm short, bald, and incredible, and thanks for asking.
Sounds good.
You and I had spoken just a few minutes before we came on camera, and I really would like the people to know a little bit more about Frame and Frame. Obviously, estate planning, elder law, and probate, but you guys have been in the community for a while. Tell us a little bit about Frame and Frame.
Yeah, so I'm proud to represent the firm. My father, Vernon Frame, started and founded the firm in 1954 and really was an integral part of the community. He helped a lot of families in this area. And when I came into the firm, my goal was to continue helping the community and being part of the community. So we have been providing legal services for over 65 years now. We currently have 4 attorneys, so we're able to help a lot more families with their legal matters and their legal needs. It's great to be able to represent the grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the clients that my dad helped, in the 50s and 60s. So I'm very proud to continue that legacy.
I could see where you would definitely be proud. Any business that has survived all of the things that have gone on in the last 60 years, that's incredible. And of course, to be able to, like you said, talk to or work with clients whose parents and grandparents have been clients, that's incredible as well. So one of the things, we talk about how different companies affect the areas. And obviously, with a company being around for 60 some odd years in one area, you probably do a little bit of philanthropic work. Tell us a little bit about, I think, once a quarter or something like that, you guys help some sort of charity?
Yeah, so one of our programs is we like to support different charities around the area. So usually it's a local charity. Just to give you an example, last year, the year before, I think, we had supported the Maryland Food Bank. We had supported a family for Thanksgiving to provide them Thanksgiving dinner. We also last year supported the Life of Joy Foundation, which is a foundation that supports people with mental illness and helping them get through difficult times. And then we also had supported the Senior Pet Sanctuary, which is a local animal sanctuary for senior pets that either people don't want anymore or they just got too hard to handle. So they have a great end of life at the Senior Dog Sanctuary. So that was very fulfilling.
That's awesome that you guys, give back to the community. Obviously, the community is the reason you're there, and to be able to give back is incredible. So thank you for that. You guys do estate planning and elder law planning, right? And so one of the things I'd really like to bring forward, is as people mature, there's a certain mental capacity that comes to play. And I know that there's an importance in capacity planning. Can you talk a little bit about that for us?
Yeah, so a lot of people really either they don't want to think about it, so they kind of put off doing their estate planning and end of life planning, which is a mistake. They really should start thinking about these things when they do have capacity and they're able to make informed and educated decisions and not wait to the last minute. But like I said, a lot of people think of just wills or trusts that they need to have in place, and they don't think about incapacity planning, especially in these times that we're dealing with COVID. If you are injured or you have an illness or, some other health related emergency and you're in the hospital, generally nobody's going to be able to manage your affairs for you unless you have certain legal documents in place. 2 of which would be a medical power of attorney and the other is a financial power of attorney. So those are 2 really important pieces of an estate plan that every person should have. Every person over the age of 18 should have these documents in some fashion, whether it be just a simple power of attorney or an enhanced power of attorney, so that someone would be able to take care of their financial affairs, make decisions for them, make medical decisions if they're unable to. to make sure that all of these things are taken care of. Because I've seen a lot of instances, a lot of families that they have an emergency, a health emergency, where the person is become incapable or incapacitated, and they're no longer able to take care of these things themselves. And the families are dealing with how do we get access to the accounts to pay the bills? How do we get this information? And without these very important legal documents, they're not going to be able to. So it's just so easy to get these in place that there's really no excuse for people not to. And it is really truly a gift to their family to have, at least a basic estate plan in place, so that the family knows how to handle these situations, and they're going to have the tools to help that person, whether it be a parent or a sibling or a child, do what needs to be done.
These are all sage words of advice. And obviously, in the last 2 years or so, there's been a lot of individuals who could have used this advice previously, and maybe they didn't listen, right? So I want to put a plea out there for everybody. First and foremost, thank you, Tara, for being on the show today. And thank everyone out there for tuning into this episode of Ask the Attorney. But if you are in Maryland and you have any questions at all about, estate planning or probate planning, please go online to frameandframe.com. Look up Tara Frame. You can find information there. You can also find more information here at iwannabuzz.com. Do something good for yourself and do something good for others.